Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Okay. Well, he does love it today. He loves watching, but still got that 500,000. It's a lot to do that.
I really did, yeah.
We go with 3.
Okay,
We
good.
go with 3.
Smart, okay.
Okay, 3.
Hey, sister, because you logged on first, I can't mute.
The style of martial arts has a name that translates to empty hand in Japanese. Jiu-jitsu, karate.
From what I can tell, everybody's muted.
There's just the one that wasn't. Excuse me one moment and we'll get started. My family's pounding on the door. I'm in the middle of the meeting.
I understand. I told them I would open the door.
Woo! Alrighty then. Hello. My family's just coming back from the grocery store. That's what we do this time of night. How's everyone doing tonight? Hope good.
Awesome.
So my little sweet Violet has decided to be on strike eating fruits and vegetables. So mom and dad just went and bought her all the fruits and vegetables in the world, and she's going to go on a hunger strike till she eats them. Because it's just no good. It's no good not eating any fruits or vegetables. None. Nothing. None. Nada. The lunchbox returns home with dried up, warm veggies and fruits every day. Anyways, you know what, sister? I don't know if I'm even going to be able to do this. Let's see. Ooh. That's not what I want. There we go. Oh, that stinks. Why is that slide so small? All right. So Jeannie proposed the question, what was the barrier to everybody being able to live their dreams? I don't know. When was it? 2 weeks ago? A week ago? At some point recently. And everybody that responded, not everybody, but most of the people that responded, chose that their major barrier to achieving dreams and goals is time. And so Jeannie and I are fortunate to have been with LuLaRoe for 1.5 years and have been able to attend some really great trainings. If you have time, if you go on Fashion Fundamentals and seek out one of the lectures on time management from Amelia, she gives a really, really amazing, spiritually grounded talk on time management that I find very inspiring. And I think that's the next best thing. But what I wanted to do is give you guys a few tools for time management from my point of view and kind of what I'm doing currently, because time management is an issue for me, more so as our business grows and you wonderful women join our team. It's very challenging to balance family, sales, and team and try and prioritize and keep it all in check. So time is what we all want most, right? But what we use the worst. And I think that today I stayed on task pretty well, but even I wasted some of my time today, right? YOLO. So this is the first thing I suggest to you. If you are new with LuLaRoe, if you're in the queue with LuLaRoe, if you're an established consultant like us trying to get a grip on things, when you want to consider making a better workflow for yourself and time management, you need to start at the very beginning. And that is to keep a log of what you do for your business for 1 full week. If you don't feel that your LuLaRoe business is necessarily the whole trouble, keep a log of your entire everything you do for time management, everything you do for your day for 1 week. And I know that's really suck because I hate logging things. I hate logging food. I hate logging time. I hate making lists. It's not my jam at all. But I have evidence I've been doing it. Here, look. See? I've been doing it. Mostly for our business to try and I'll explain in a minute here, but do this. And then you need to decide if your working hours are okay for you. Do you have too much going on? then you need to find solutions. If you don't have enough going on, it's time to get busy. All of us have like a business plan. If you don't have a business plan, now is a good time to determine one. And you determine your working hours and how many hours of the week you want to contribute to LuLaRoe. If it's 40 hours, if it's 20 hours, if it's 10 hours, you want to maximize those hours. If you're okay in the end, when you look at what you've been doing with your time, then you don't need time management. That's great. But one of the things that I've talked to the few consultants that have come to me for like more one-on-one personal like coaching and just trying to improve their business is trying to find little ways to make significant changes in their business. And time is additive. If you can just improve how you're doing a few things in your business, it can make big changes. So time management. What you should really work on first is establishing your priorities. If your priorities are your family, then that's it's the same as most people's. And I kind of take that out of this talk because I'm going to assume we're talking about priorities for what you want to do with your business with LuLaRoe. I'm not saying to ditch your family. I'm saying my focus for this talk is to stay within the time management constraints of LuLaRoe. So the first thing you need to think about is what activities that you do from what you've been making a list of what you're doing actually generate revenue for your business. So if you're spending tons of time talking to customers by messenger, it's good customer service, but is it really generating revenue if you're carrying on repeatedly answering similar questions, or if you're socializing more than having business? And you can have friends that are with your business, but does it necessarily mean that you're making revenue for your business? You can't count a 2-hour conversation with your customer that you have twice a week as revenue for business. That's a friend. And you got to take that out of the equation, or you need to balance things out. You need to decide which activities are most urgent to serve your customers or team. We have a lot of sponsors on our team. And I think it's important to understand that as a sponsor, you don't do everything for your team or for your downline, but you do need to serve them. You've brought them into LuLaRoe and you have an obligation to help them. So what's urgent? And basically, every day when I wake up, I do kind of like, as I'm laying in bed, go, what 3 things are most important today? I don't do good at lists, but I do think about what are the 3 most important things that I need to do today. And sometimes it's one of you. Someone needs a call, I have a lunch date, or I have to touch base with someone because I just haven't talked to them in a moment, and it's one of them. But make sure you make a prioritization of what's most urgent. This is something that I'm not great at and I'm improving on, is completing one task before moving on to another. I don't know how many of you guys have squirrel issues. Shiny things, chicken, squirrel, like the littlest noise. I have a Nora Adeline. She likes to kind of interrupt my tasks. But if you basically take one task and work on it first, you will probably find that you complete things more efficiently. So a perfect example today, my first priority was inventory photography. I did 3 hours of inventory photography because we're rephotographing things and inventory management. And then next priority was sales, because we have to generate, Jeannie and I have a sales goal of $400 a day. So I have to post in the Team Multi-Consultant. And then third was to finish my thoughts for this talk. I had made it a priority yesterday because it was my day off to make my paper notes. And I make these little stupid slides that make me feel better because my handwriting is ugly and I get squirrel. So complete one task before moving on to another, and start with the things you dislike or find most difficult. If on your task list today, you have to talk to someone about returns or refunds and it's really eating you up. You got someone who sent you an email about holy leggings. Take care of it first. If you feel that it's going to take 30 minutes of your day and you're dreading it, take care of that first. I hate inventory photography. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. That is the thing I did first because I know that I have to do that for revenue this week. So organize the clothes, got them all ready and lined up to take pictures, got through what I wanted to get through kind of fast. And so then I rephotographed the Azures just for good measure because I'm a glutton for punishment. Start with the things you don't like, get it done, and then the rest of your day kind of goes fast. One of the traps that I fell into a lot this summer, and I kind of fell out of, and this is something that Jeannie and I were talking about the other day, is to block off time for similar tasks so that you have a workflow so you're not disrupted. Set aside 1 day a week to take inventory photographs and outfits of the day pictures. I kind of use 2 days. Sometimes I do it all in one, but I kind of use 2 because everything's not at my house and I only want to spend so much time doing it. So I split it up an hour or 2. And there's some inventory reconciliation that goes down and cleanup and things that goes too. Also, outfit of the day pictures. If you're not doing outfit of the day, Jeannie and I and as many other members on the team have found that doing outfits of the day, if you just sell 1 or 2 a week, will increase your revenue overall for the month almost as much as a small party. So if you're not doing outfit of the day, while you're taking pictures of your inventory, I'd say 14, but if that's too much for you, 7 to 10 outfits. So you only have 1. I like to have 2 for a day. And then I have a plus project, so I have to do actually 3 or 4 per day. So Jeannie and I will take a big bunch of outfit pictures all at once, and she'll line up some for me. I'll line some up. We try and take them at the same time that we're working with inventory so that we're not stopping what we're doing in our day to go and do inventory photos. And we're not doing outfit of the day photos. You could also do flat lays for your Instagram if you're having a hard time getting content. Emily P's been doing flat lays on her Instagram and getting customers. She's tricksy. She's getting customers that way. This is something that you can do while you have your camera out. You're already having your hands in your inventory, and it's fun. It's the styling of the clothes is the fun part of our business. And I could spend hours doing outfit of the day pictures, outfits, just not the pictures. Invoice and blocks instead of real time. Wait till the end of an event. I know some of you are really amazing at just invoicing as you go. But if instead of, like tonight, while the team event's going on, we're doing this call. This is purposeful. I only have so many hours in my day. I want to be at my desk for the multi-consultant, but I don't want to be watching it like a hawk. So let me do this call. When I get off, I'll check and see if anyone bought anything. I'll answer any questions. And then I'll talk to some teammates that usually check in with me after our team training. I am not going to invoice tonight. Jeannie might because there's 2 of us. But if I was a solo person, I would invoice tomorrow. Because for me to stop what I'm doing, log into Audrey, log into another, log into my email, start going into different places to start invoicing. I'm stopping what I'm doing and I'm stopping what my purpose is for tonight. So rather than stopping, doing 1 or 2 invoices, doing another task, going back to the invoices, doing another task, going back to the invoices, saving it to the end. Then, the same thing with shipping. It is a pain in the tuchus to do shipping. If you're running down to your LuLaRoe to ship 1 package, you're opening up a shipping program, Audrey, maybe a Google form, maybe Shop the Row. You're opening all these different programs, which takes a few minutes to get going, doing a few pieces of shipping, going and doing that, and then coming back. Block off a solid hour, get it done, rather than being fragmented. Choose another task that you can do in this hour. Do your customer follow-up tonight, and then do your shipping tomorrow, so that you have those blocks set so that you're not disrupted. You're just working on a set single tasks, and you'll be more in focus that way. And last but not least, if you only have a limited numbers of days available to work your business, consider booking 2 pop-ups in 1 day. We have a lot of people on our team who are sponsors, and I know what a challenge it is to start to get to that 175 pieces. It is a lot of work, and I don't want you to sacrifice all your family time. If you have to go out of the house to do pop-ups, or if you have to do Hostess Without the Hassle, if you want to have a day off, Jeannie and I have been blocking off Sundays. We're trying to maximize our Saturdays. And it's a really great thing when you can get 2 parties in 1 day and have your pop-ups outside of your house covered. It's one really long, crappy day, but you'd be surprised at how many people will book a party from 11 to 1 or 12 to 2, and then you can have another one in the mid-afternoon and be done before too late in the day and be back with your family. And that's how we've been working our schedule a little bit, and it is working okay. A lot of people really like the idea of having an earlier pop-up. because we keep it short and sweet. So those are some ideas with that. This is my number one way to get distracted is social media, right? Because we socialize with our friends and we do our business. And there's all that weird crossover that happens. Are you doing business? Or are you talking to a friend? Are you talking to a friend? Are you making a friend? Are you doing business? If you don't have to have Facebook to do it, turn it off. So you don't need Facebook to invoice in theory. You don't need Facebook to ship. You don't need Facebook open to do your customer follow-up. If you're doing it by Facebook, you can have it open. But you could also just go on your phone and use Messenger without using Facebook. So turn off Facebook. Also turn off Instagram if it's a distraction for you. I don't know how. I don't have too much of an issue with that. If you're having trouble posting on a regular, timely basis, because regular, timely, daily interaction on your social media is how you get your business to kind of blossom, consider a posting program like CinchShare. I hate to use things by brands because I don't train on brands, but CinchShare is what Jeannie and I use, or what I use. And it's a program that you can plan your posts. So if I know I'm going to have a really busy day, and this is another thing I'm working on getting in the habit of, I go ahead and schedule my social media posts in CinchShare. You can also do this with your outfits of the day. If you're at a job where you're not allowed to post from social media during the week, you can totally take all your outfit pictures on whatever day of the week you're good for, schedule them out for 7 days, and have an outfit of the day posting every day so that your customers can enjoy that you're posting an outfit every day. As a side note, typically social media peaks like 8, 9 in the morning when we're all waking up, lunchtime, and then after 8 o'clock when people's kids go to bed. So it's best to try and post during those periods, and if you can't, using a CinchShare program might be a good idea. Or there's some other things, Hootsuite. There's some others out there. I just know how to use CinchShare, kind of. If you're not participating in the Team Multi-Consultant sale, or if you're having trouble posting to your own group sale, consider using a posting service such as Shop the Row. I have heard from the past from teammates, well, I can't post on this Thursday because my kids have baseball, or I have this event going on in my life. There was a Wednesday that I was actually traveling for LuLaRoe, and that's the first time we used Shop the Row, because sometimes you do have an emergency, but if you're wise and you stay consistent in your practice and use a tool so that you're able to post and keep up with your business, it's really a great thing. And I will tell you that it takes me about 25, 30 minutes now to post to the Team Multi-Consultant instead of 2 hours. So it's really important for me to get that hour and a half back of my life. Really important. And then create or plan multiple social media posts at once. So if you're like me, you get to Monday and you're like, oh, damn, I got to post. What am I going to post about? Oh, I don't know. And you see a bunch of things that you think are cute, and maybe you pick one. Well, this is what I used to do. I pick one. Well, now whenever I see something humorous or cute or whatever, I kind of like put it all aside at the same time so that I can plan multiple posts. If I know that there's going to be a day where I'm not going to get a good picture to post, like my outfit of the day, or my day is going to be too hectic, it's good to plan ahead your social media posts. And the other reason why it's good to do this is so that you can have a good mixture of content. If you're always asking your customers for a sale and you're never posting anything relevant to LuLaRoe, you're only posting like silly interactives, some of them are turned off by that. So you got to kind of make a good blend to keep all of your customers happy. Some fun graphics, some little contests, some interactives, fashion related things, styling related things. So if you plan it ahead of time, you not only have better time management, but better workflow. And then last but not least, and this kind of touches on the Amelia talk a little bit. If you guys have heard it before, I really, really encourage you to listen to it because she's great. So once you've made your list of tasks related to your business, I want you to think about what you can eliminate, what needs to be eliminated from your behaviors, and what you can delegate. A lot of, Jeannie and I have the fortunate part of having a partner, and we do have some other partnerships on our business and our team. But a lot of you have a partner and a spouse, or you have a partner in your downline. Here's a great example. I love our team multi-consultant sale, and I used to admin it all myself, post all the posts and post the interactives and do everything I could to keep it going and do as much as I could because I wanted to give that as a gift to our team. But if I spend 2 or 3 hours a week doing that, it's 2 or 3 hours less that I have available to help more members of our team with more urgent things. So instead I say, hey, can a few people help me out? Who can help me out? And all of a sudden, if 4 or 5 people do the work of one, you have less to do, and you can eliminate that extra piece of work from your day to do something that's more important, that's more prioritized. Not to say that the multi-consultant isn't a priority of mine, it is, but it's something that I can have other people that are emerging leaders on our team or more organized than me. I am not the most organized person at all, by any means. Those people with those talents like Ashley can kind of take the reins for me, get things more organized and do a better job. So if you are one of our trainers or trainers in the queue, or you have a team of 3 or 4 or 5, when you start to do things, ask your team. Because when you ask your team to do tasks with you or help you complete tasks, you're helping them rise up to a role of leadership too. And, you know, we can all kind of rise up, work together, and kind of move things along a little bit better. Shipping and handling and invoicing and things like that. Sometimes if you have a partner at home, your spouse can actually easily do these things without being involved in the close. If your husband wants to help, it's a perfect task for a hubby to help with invoicing or shipping. Printing your shipping labels at the very least is not too much of a challenge. Number 2, all have that friend who loves LuLaRoe but doesn't have a big budget, right? So bless them, help yourself. Have your girlfriend come over, ask her to roll leggings for you, ask her to take inventory of your box, ask her to hang things up. I can promise you that you have someone, if not 2 or 3 women in your life, who would love a pair of leggings and who would happily help you for a little while in exchange for some LuLaRoe. And you can decide how to pay them however you want. You know, either tell them that you'll give them, you know, leggings an hour or $20 in credit an hour, whatever it is that you feel is fair and reasonable. That's a personal choice. But look for those friends. And then the other reason that you might want to do that is sometimes those friends that don't have the money now, don't have the budget now, but really love LuLaRoe, if you bring them into your life to help, they may decide to be a consultant some point when their finances change. But at the very least, you have someone you trust and love and good company while you're suffering in your LuLaRoe, getting work done. And then the last thing is if you have more hours than you have to give and your business is rocking and rolling, rather than putting the brakes on your business, consider hiring an assistant for the activities that don't fill your why, that don't make you happy. Inventory photography does not make me happy. Styling outfits makes me happy. Inventory photography does not make me happy. I do not entirely enjoy it. I like taking pictures of moving people, real people. Clothing on the mannequin just, drags on. So find assistants. Consider paying an assistant or a professional to do the things that don't fill your why, that you don't enjoy, or that you're not good at. I know Tara that's on our team has said before she's using a paid accountant service to help keep her books, to do her bookkeeping. I know that there are LuLaRoe leaders that use a housekeeper because they don't like to clean. I really would love to have that, but with having an apartment, I feel weird having someone come in and clean my apartment. It's just weird. But like, think about those things that you can maybe pass off if your business is booming, because it is, it's not productive to have frustrations with small things if you can move them on. And that's what I had for time management. One of the neat techniques that I kind of ran across that Ivan, not instilling entirely 100% is called Pomodoro technique. If you look it up, like Pomodoro, like a tomato in Italian. And it's, you basically work for 25 minutes and then take a short break. And then you work for 25 minutes and you take a short break. And after you do 4 cycles, so 2 hours of work, then you take a longer break. But it's a way to stay on task. And of course, there's many other ways to think about your time management and how you're going to work your day. But I think the first steps again are like to do a log of what your work is, to establish what you want your business hours to look like, and then establish your priorities and make sure that what you write down on paper looks like what you want to have your business look like. Mine is too much. So Jeannie and I have started looking at what we could possibly delegate out. Basically, there's just this list up piece of paper on a notepad that says things that are tasks that we could easily ask someone to help us with. Rolling leggings, taking inventory photography. I don't know, what else, sister? I forgot what else we wrote on our list downstairs, or I wrote on the list. Shipping.
Inventory reconciliation. There's lots of things. I'm sure we all could make a list of what we could delegate.
I know my biggest like craziness is when we go out and do a party, a pop-up in home, and then come back in, and that one piece that we forget to take out ends up selling the next Monday online. I love that. I love it. It's my favorite. I don't know. I hear a new point of sale system might have a scanner eventually, which would be cool to take the pictures out. But anyways, does anybody have any questions, comments? Time management is awesome. I just want to have someone make me food and lay on a beach and sell LuLaRoe. That's what I want to do.
Anybody have any best practices they want to share?
I have something.
Yes.
Sarah and I were on the phone the other day, and we were talking about pretty much your time management when it comes to like shipping. So, and I can't remember the reference she said to me, but it was like, how on most of our Google Docs it says, you'll be invoiced in 24 hours, you'll ship within 2 days. But I can't remember what you referred to it, Sarah, like when you deliver, like ahead of that.
Oh, yes. This is my favorite. Under promise, over deliver. So I actually have a graphic. It's generic, and I'll post it in our group after this for shipping. And it says that we will invoice at the end of our event. We will ship paid invoices within 48 hours. It typically happens before that, but by giving yourself grace and by doing things in blocks, if for some reason your little one really needs your time that day, you've got a sporting event, you've got a doctor's appointment, you got a hair appointment, you just don't wanna. You can give yourself grace. And if you decide that you're just gung-ho, ready to go, and you want to get it done, then you over-deliver to your customers and they're excited. But there is no reason why. We are not Amazon. We are not Walmart. We are not Target. We are human beings that our customers are connecting with. And if you set the precedent and let them know in a nice way, hey, this is when you can expect to receive your goodies, then they're going to love it, especially when you take the time because you took 2 days to ship, or you took whatever time you needed to write a handwritten note to make sure everything was together. You didn't do it harried and scattered and piecemeal. You took time to wrap things nicely on your time frame. They're going to appreciate that a lot. I will give you the graphic. It's simple. I think it's a good policy. Anything else? Does anyone want to share their barriers, like their biggest time issues? I was looking for more of them. I tried to come up with the biggest ones that I've heard from teammates.
My biggest is bookkeeping, like keeping track of damages and giveaways, like filing that. And Audrey, sorry, and that is the thing.
I can say that Jeannie decided we should try easy spreadsheets at the start of the year. And while there is a time investment to using it, there might be some value in it as far as tighter control of revenues and overall being prepared. And it's cheap. And it's a Googleable thing. So if you've got yourself a virtual assistant, eventually, when your business gets to the point where you're like, Katie over there in Washington, almost trainer in the queue, hanging out solo with her little guy because her husband's deployed, being just this mommy warrior. And you said, I can't handle it. I need an assistant. You can get a virtual assistant and you can say, hey, can you please mama, or whoever your friend is that you're going to have help you, can you just enter this stuff into the spreadsheet? It's data entry. It's easy to delegate data entry.
So if y'all want to check it out, it's on YouTube. Easy peasy, 4 letters, spreadsheets. They have lots of videos, tutorials. Certainly worth, in my opinion, for record keeping. It keeps everything in one spot. So it keeps your inventory management. No pictures, but it tells you how much you have in stock, tells you how much you need to reorder, keeps track of sales, keeps track of expenses, keeps track of giveaways, damages, all that kind of stuff. So if anybody has any questions, check it out on YouTube or send me a quick message. As far as damages go, Sarah and I basically throw damages in a box until a time that we can do it, which whenever that happens, it happens.
It's been a long time since we've
over 30 items in our damages box right now. So if you're piecemealing out your damages one by one, it's going to be a time sucker.
And here's another thing to think about. How much money can you make when you're actively engaged in your business? Yes, it sucks that there's damages, but if you're actively engaged in your business for an hour or two, interacting with customers or taking inventory pictures or getting your outfit of the day pictures done, if you have to prioritize sending back an item for $15 or making $100 or $200, it seems like I know we need to get damages done at some point, but that's low on our priority list because there's really not even a full big box after a year.
I wait until I have 10
That's reasonable.
because that's what the form allows you to send back or to tell them about. So I just wait until I have 10 and then I do it.
I mean, that's a reasonable way to go about it for sure. But that is definitely a delegatable thing. Put some clear packing tape on the thing when you get it and toss it in a box. And then if you're able to have a friend come help you for a period of time, they can easily fill out that form. It's not that hard, right? It's just a matter of getting the pictures and everything. That's a definitely delegatable thing.
Can I ask a question about tracking your giveaways in Audrey? How do you do that? Do you just go into inventory or go in as a sale at zero? Is that basically what you're doing?
What we used to do is put it in as a penny, as a cash sale, but it's really time consuming to go backwards to look at it. So that's part of why that's one of the things we wanted to have Easy Peasy going for. But if you don't want to commit to using like an Easy Peasy, what I would do is have a list. You can create a Google list or document or Excel spreadsheet, whatever, and just keep track of the date, the person, what it was, and why you gave it to them. So that during tax time, you have a compiled list of giveaways. Because going back into Audrey is a bear. I can't even imagine trying to look back and see what we gave away in January of this year. And I'm actually waiting for our tax professional to tell me what form I need to submit our giveaways to him in, because we use QuickBooks this whole past year for our finances, and QuickBooks doesn't really account for giveaways.
For inventory management though, I think to make sure that your inventory numbers stay correctly, putting it in as a cash sale with a discount. So if your sales $35, putting the discount at $34.99, so you're actually charging yourself a penny. I think, do you guys know if it goes through Bless if you zero it out, full discount? Does anybody know?
Bless tells me I have 20 Sarahs in size medium, and I've sold them all. So
I know, but some people, they're really trying hard to keep their inventory straight. We don't happen to be one of those people.
But I'm saying we reconciled the Blast for Sarahs at the beginning of the year, and somehow they're not coming out when we sell them. So that's one of the things that's a challenge, and it supposedly gets better with the new system.
And then just for everybody that's new, when Sarah's referring to Audrey, that is now the new
Blast.
Just for everybody that doesn't know.
Build and Blast used to just be one system called Audrey. I prefer to refer to it as a girl. It's a girl I don't like. She's expletives. Pretty, but just rude.
I'm having a super difficult time with my inventory maintaining itself too. I reconciled for the end of the year. And then we were just talking about it. It got mentioned on Marco Polo the other day. So I thought, let me do a quick, because I knew how to do the received inventory and stuff. Let me do a quick print. It's all over the place. And I'm just like, what? Like, I'm not huge and mine's all over the place. I can't imagine doing big business and trying to keep up with that.
I don't know. I do.
Low on the totem pole again. You want to know what? It doesn't really matter. Sarah and I still have 4th of July stuff in our inventory that we don't have. We still have elegant stuff in our inventory that we don't have. We still have Valentine's leggings in our inventory that we don't have. So when it comes to reconciling inventory in Bless, it's a non-issue.
I have this great big fear because of what they're saying about when it's time to get your little swiper, like you have to be on track with your inventory.
When we have a deadline, then we'll get on a Monday night call, or we'll schedule an emergency call, and we'll tell everybody, quick, hurry up, go reconcile your inventory. But to worry about it from now until an indefinite time frame is not worth it.
I'm not willing to spend 3 hours recounting and re-entering every week until it's going to be in April or later that change occurs, likely. I can't for 2 months. I can't. I'm trying to pare back my work week to 30 hours, and I haven't been able to yet. That's the dream, is to get it back to 30 hours, and it just hasn't happened. So until my work week gets to 30 hours, I'm a bad girl. I don't care. I'm not playing in my inventory in Bless.
You're such a rebel.
So just jump on the bandwagon with us, and we'll all scatter at the last minute when they give us a deadline. Say, reconcile your inventory. We'll all scatter for 6 hours and get her done.
I would rather serve a customer or take a call from a teammate than spend hours doing something I'm going to have to do over and over again. It just is. I would rather take the 30 minutes to put my stupid talk on slides so that I don't squirrel out on you guys, and then when I need to give it again in 3 months, I don't have to do it again. See, that's time management, because in 3 months y'all have little Lula babies who need the same talk again. We're all good. So
I did mine at the end of the year, and none of it came out right. Like, I put it in, and it still said I only had like 5 Irmas. It's so discouraging.
Don't be discouraged. It's just how it is.
it just is how it is. Yeah, I don't get discouraged by things like that. I don't get discouraged. I refuse to be discouraged.
Well, it's just like trying to keep track of it. It just makes it discouraging. Not like with the business as a whole. It's just, Audrey is disappointing.
That's a nice word.
She disappoints me daily.
Thank you, ladies, for coming out with us tonight. If you have any questions, go ahead and send them to me, and we'll see you next week on Monday.